comic is better than the other. They both think it's them. We're smoking and joking and having a blast. 2 comics, 2 cigars. 2 comics, 2 cigars.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, welcome to 2 Comics, 2 Cigars. I'm Tony V.
I'm Lenny Clarke.
Yeah, and we are happy to be doing this.
Oh, thrilled to be doing
actually, we're happy to be doing anything.
Yeah, I know that. But smoking in the middle of the day,
yeah.
And like it's something we had to do.
Yeah, it's like on the clock.
Say to the wife, where you going? I've got podcasts.
Yeah, I have to smoke a cigar. And they go, wait a second, you can't smoke a cigar in the middle of the day. And you go, of course we can. It's for work.
That's work.
It's work. It's a work cigar.
Lots of people tune in and watch this.
Yes, we got to educate the people on a couple of levels, cigars and comedy.
That's right.
That's what we do.
Of course.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, Len,
yep.
And anybody watching, feel free to light up at home, too. Or if you don't have a cigar, just set something on fire. It's all about the flame here.
Yes.
You know. So we're here at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, which is above Two Guys Cigar Shop in Salem, New Hampshire.
Oh,
they also have shops in Nashua and Manchester. You can get them online as well if you want to deal with these folks. Mm-hmm. Nice people.
Nice
too,
people. Very nice people.
Oh, very hospitable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they gave us these headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Water,
and a cigar.
and a warm-up cigar.
We had. This is.
What are we having now? What are we going to do?
We're going to smoke this. This is sun-grown Robusto. Garofalo.
Oh,
yeah.
Good friend.
It's distributed in the United States by United Tobacco.
Okay.
Who also provided the cigar we smoked pre. That was the United.
Very nice.
Yeah, that was the firecracker that you can only get here.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're made especially for here.
Okay.
So we're going to cut these up.
All right.
And I only know this from doing other cigar shows here.
Yeah.
In Salem, that you're supposed to smell the foot and see what you get. I don't know if it does any good, but you smell it.
Like wine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then you sniff it, you snort it. Maybe a little tobacco goes up your nose.
Lick it. Always licking's always
And then
good.
you take a dry jar and see what you taste.
I like what I taste so far.
So it'll probably be better if we light them, right?
Right. Well, you got to light yours. Not that I don't appreciate that.
No.
But sometimes.
There you go.
Thank you. What a wonderful item.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, these are 5-year age Cuban seed, sun-grown wrapper, which I'm assuming means it's grown in the sun. And it's the filler is Cuban seed Nicaraguan, and it's finished in bourbon barrels.
Bourbon barrels?
Bourbon barrels. I assume, again, that they take the bourbon out.
Well, that's a waste.
I know. Someone's got to have that bourbon. Right now, there's a podcast called Two Guys, Two Glasses of Bourbon.
Somewhere.
Yeah. They're doing that.
But they're not comedians.
No. It's just 2 guys drinking bourbon so the barrel can be empty so they can put these in here.
Well, that's awful nice.
And this is this brand is it's called Garofalo, named after David Garofalo, the owner of the shop.
Good guy.
He had his own cigars made. And what are your... Yeah, it's good.
It's very nice. And it's from Nicaragua.
Yeah.
And you can have some of the Nicaraguans coming up across the border, bring some with them.
Oh, they just put them in their pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That seems to be to have an incentive for them to stay.
That's right.
What do you have to offer us, Nicaraguans? And they'll say, we got cigars. And you go, come on in.
Yeah.
We like that.
You don't have any fugwa stashed in your pants, do you? Because that's illegal in California.
You can't have.
Fug. I was talking to the chef today. Fugwa, one of my favorites. And you can't have it in Los Angeles.
No. Why is that now?
It's illegal.
What is fargua?
It's like a duck. What is it,
It's
chef?
duck liver.
Duck liver?
Goose liver.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
why? I understand it's because in order to get the fargua to the point they force feed the goose wine to expand its liver. In what? Feed.
Oh.
Yeah. And they
love it.
They enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you eat them, they're very happy for you.
Yeah. Is it the kind of thing where they just take the liver and the duck goes on with his life? I mean, the goose? Or is it like, is it surgically removed like those? You know, you hear those stories all the time where a guy wakes up in a tub full of ice in Mexico and his kidney's missing?
Yes.
Yes. I'd like to do that someday.
You want to take the kidney or give it?
Yeah, I'd like to take a kidney.
Yeah. Well, you know, I could probably use a kidney.
Yeah. I mean, they seem like it'd be good to have just hanging around.
Yeah. I would not like to be the guy in the tub.
No. No, but you can get by without a kidney, I'm guessing.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just food for thought.
Yeah.
That's all. You know,
things you think about when you're having a good cigar.
Yeah. There's something very relaxing about cigars, too.
Oh, my God. I've had some medical problems, as you know.
You have. Tell me.
Well, okay. 18 months ago, I had a stroke. And then I had a minor heart attack. Then I had a major heart attack. And then I had 5.5 hours surgery for an ablation for aflutter.
Oh.
Because I had the AFib done years ago.
Right.
And my doctor goes, Lenny, no smoking cigars. I go, Doc, I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I'm not chasing things around.
Right.
Let me have a smoke and relax. He goes, he doesn't.
You can't really argue with that, can you?
No.
Yeah.
But hey, look, it's like my age now. I'm getting up there in years, and say like I flip out and I murder someone.
Right.
What are they going to give me, a life sentence? How long do you think I got left? Murder. Most people get 8 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and good behavior.
That's the average?
Yeah.
That seems worth it.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
If you got a bad neighbor,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Get out of my yard, you son of a bitch.
Right. I mean, from all the stress from yelling at each other and hating each other, you're just off the guy 8 years later. Your life is
and you got to get off earlier because good behavior. Because I'd be a model. Model prisoner.
Of course.
And I mean, it'd be worth it, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
And if you were in prison, would you join a gang or would you?
Well, I've never been a joiner.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think I'd have people send me money, and I'd find out who the toughest guy in the joint was, and I'd pay him as my bodyguard.
So you'd pay somebody to
protect me.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for all your prison needs, you can reach out to us, and we'll tell you. And
you can't smoke in prison anymore, right?
I don't know. Can you smoke in the yard? Maybe.
I mean, think about it. You're going away.
Yeah.
And you're a heavy smoker.
Yeah.
And now they take it all away from you. That's going to cause problems.
Yeah. I want people happy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
So there's nothing like a happy
trouble.
prisoner.
Yeah.
I mean.
And here's just a little tip at the top of the show. If you're in prison and you need a weapon, a lot of people will grind something down.
Make a shank.
Yeah, but I also understand that 3 or 4 cans of soda in a pillowcase, makes a nice cudgel.
And quarters.
Yeah, quarters, a roll of quarters.
I think that's how they got Whitey Bulger, if I'm not mistaken.
With quarters?
A pillowcase full of quarters.
Yeah.
Did a job on them.
Yeah, we should tell folks. We're both from Boston, so.
Oh, yes, we are.
Whitey Bulger has a lot of folklore around here as a good guy, but he was just a prick.
Oh, yeah.
From what we understand.
Yeah, the folklore was from people who were deathly afraid of him.
Right.
What a good guy.
Right.
He never killed anyone in my family.
He used to buy groceries for the neighborhood. He was a good man. Yeah.
I did a movie in one of his liquor stores over in South Boston.
Oh, yeah.
So
what movie was that?
Southie.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I got to kill these guys, and then I'm beating this guy up, and they go, it was my buddy Phil, and I didn't want to beat him because I liked him.
He's a good man. But you're acting.
He says, Mr. Clarke, really, go ahead, give it to me. So I put him through this lattice work and punched the shit. And they go, Lenny, we don't own that lattice work. This is Whitey Bulger's place. And I said, good night.
Yeah, you don't want to. You didn't want to.
I don't want to antagonize him,
Yeah.
Even though he dressed in women's clothes
Now,
and stuff like that.
we should also tell folks that not only are we comedians, but we've both done some acting.
Oh, yes.
And I think one of the most interesting things about us is we've both been killed on stage, on film.
Oh, yeah, I've been killed a few times now.
How did you get it?
Well, in Halloween Kills.
Yeah, just recently.
Yeah, recently, the number one movie in the world last year.
Yes,
yeah.
Halloween Kills, yeah.
And he killed me several times. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when he pulled me through the window, I pretty much I got my throat sliced up from the glass.
Yeah.
And then when he sliced my throat open, and
with a light bulb?
No, that was my wife.
Oh, she
who
got it.
lived.
Yeah.
And is in the new movie.
Really?
But she can't talk.
She can't.
Yeah, they stuck a fluorescent tube in her and filled with blood. Very nice work.
Oh, they do. They do good work over there. They know how to kill people.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And it was a very significant death.
Yeah, it was good.
Now you were killed on Brotherhood, right?
On Brother, I did a series called Brotherhood.
Great show.
Yes, and I was strangled at the end of season 2.
Right.
I must have an inviting neck.
Yeah.
Because I was also killed in a movie called God Bless America, by my good friend Bob Goldthwait.
Yeah.
And I was also strangled in that.
I love that movie.
Yeah, that's where I played pancake-eating pedophile. That was my...
And you don't hear pancake-eating pedophile.
No, not a whole lot. It's there's a lot of alliteration in there.
Yeah.
It sort of rolls off the tongue.
And I saw you. I saw that film, and I saw you, and I went, wow, would I play a pedophile?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a job. I'm acting.
I'm not.
I mean,
to the best of my knowledge.
Well, I hate kids anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
so it wouldn't do any damage. No. But at points in your life, there are moments in your life that you remember. And I, at one point when my daughter was in high school, it came up for some reason, and they went on my IMDb.
Yeah.
And the first thing that came up was pancake-eating pedophile. That's how it's listed in IMDb. And she goes, Dad, I've never been prouder.
No.
Yeah.
Well, this is quite a cigar.
It's a really good cigar.
And I know you sometimes like the very dark and
I like a heavy smoke.
And I like a mild smoke.
Yeah. But these are somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
David knows what he's doing when he set us up. So
the Garofalo Sun-Grown Robusto.
Right.
Very nice.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
It's really a good cigar. And you can get them. You get them online if you want.
Right.
Right? Or if you happen to be driving through New Hampshire.
You can get anything online. I just found out. All this abortions, abortion.
You get an abortion online?
You get abortion from Amazon. And if you get Prime, they'll come to your house and do it.
Really?
Yeah.
And probably get a 5% kickback.
You probably will, especially if you're Prime.
Yeah, that's...
They'll come right to the house.
That's great.
Yeah.
I bet you you go on YouTube and get a, a tutorial.
Yeah.
On how to, like a home abortion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, who am I to judge what a woman wants to do?
Right.
I've never been a judge in that department before. I'm not going to start now.
No.
Whatever a woman wants to do, let it do it.
I have said this. I don't know if it's been said by anyone else, but I firmly believe this. If it were men having abortions, we'd be able to get them at a bar, like at happy hour.
We could get them in a drive-through.
Yeah. You could just go into any pub or tavern or club and go, hey, listen, can I get some chicken wings and a beer? And I'm just going to go and back, have an abortion. I'll be out in a minute.
A drive-through. How about a spicy chicken sandwich and an abortion?
Yeah. It'd be like the special.
And they punch your card.
Yeah.
6 abortions, you get the 7th one free.
For free. Yeah. And we'd be having them every other week.
Oh, God, yeah.
So listen, we shouldn't get high and mighty about stuff like that.
Who am I to judge what people do?
No.
I don't care.
I was not put on this planet to judge.
No.
I don't know about anybody else.
But if I did play a judge, I wouldn't wear pants.
Yeah,
Just the
interesting.
robe.
Just the robe. Nothing underneath.
Nothing
it.
underneath.
Yeah.
Like they do with the
toga.
The Scottish guys.
The Scottish guys with the kilt.
Yeah. They swinging like a gate on there.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Boom.
Oh,
That's it. That's all you need, right? And you're still doing stand-up. We both do stand-up. That's what we do, right?
We have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, it's very, very hard now because of the political correct.
Everybody's politically
Woke,
correct. Woke,
cancel.
Yeah.
If I was a new kid coming up, I'd be the filthiest, dirtiest, unwoke person alive. But I'm too old to fight that battle.
Now we can't.
I can't do
We've
that.
had our day.
Yeah.
We've had our run.
And we did all that.
Oh, yeah.
When there weren't cell phones.
Yeah.
I mean, if they had cell phones when you and I were coming up, we'd both be in jail.
Oh, we would. We'd be doing that 8 years right now.
Oh,
yeah. I find, I don't work, particularly unwoke.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not my thing. I don't push buttons
Right.
per se. But I do some stuff that I find now if you just say a word, people are ready to just be upset by a word. I do a joke about lesbians.
Yeah. Well, I love.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I've been on the websites.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you say the word and people just shut down.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm not making fun of lesbians.
No.
I'm making fun of my nitwit friends who don't understand
Right.
a particular issue.
How about the guys who think they can change him? Oh, man. 2 minutes from me, she'd be all done with that.
Like it's a well, people think it's a choice. So people go, when someone turns gay.
Oh, turns
I go,
gay,
no one turns gay. You're gay.
Yeah.
You're not.
A lady asked me the other day, say, you gay? I said, lady, I'm not even happy. Come on. I mean, but this is a great subject.
Yeah. I also find the older I get, it doesn't, whatever preconceived notions I had as a youth, you got to unlearn that. Like, gay doesn't seem so bad to me now as I age. What's the difference who I'm not having sex with?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I'm about 2 years away from not giving a shit about anything.
Anything.
Right. So
let's be honest. We're about 2 years away from not remembering anything.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I already have that problem with the stroke,
Yeah.
But, like now, we are into the process of pronouns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Them, they.
That's very confusing to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what a dangling participle is.
Yeah.
I can't deal with pronouns. So I'm on the set, and this gal walks by, in the dress and the earrings and the hair, makeup.
Yeah.
And I go, excuse me, miss, because I want to know what next scene we're
miss.
doing. And my buddy punched me. Lenny, that's not a miss. I said, what is it? She said, dress. He turns around. He got a ZZ Top beard.
Yeah.
And I said, hello, person. Because I don't know what to call.
Yeah, you don't know.
So I said, what would you prefer to be called? And the person said, I want to be called them.
Them, yeah.
And I said, them. Isn't that a plural?
That's a lot of people, yeah.
So he said, what do you prefer to be called? I go, thus. And she said, why on earth do you want to be called thus? Because you're them, I'm thus. Wear a badge. I'll call you whatever's on the badge. My good God. There's a guy, Tony, he was a male swimmer.
Yeah.
Right? Not doing real good.
No.
Decides to swim with the girls.
Yeah.
He's ripping up the NCAAs. He's killing them. I mean, he's swimming. He might go to the Olympics. And I for one, I don't know how you feel about this. I don't think it's fair.
Yeah. You don't think that just because a person identifies as the other sex.
He's got a dick. He's using it as a rudder. It's not fair.
So at least it's keeping him straight, is what you're saying. Yeah, he's not veering into other lanes.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah. Does he have breasts? Did he go that far? See, now you're in a weird area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you want to be a girl, you get the operation.
Right.
The laparotomy.
Yes.
And you do that, and then you're a woman.
Then you're a woman.
And if you're a woman who wants to be a guy, you, of course, have the addictomy.
Right.
That's all medical.
I understand. You know what? There seems to be a business there where you could just swap them off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you take someone's dick, you just save it because someone's going to want it.
There could be money in that.
Yeah, that's
it's
what I'm saying.
like the Mexican hot tub, ice cube tub.
The ice cube tub, yeah. You know,
Wow.
you just keep them on ice, and someone goes, "I'd like to have a penis." You go, "Well, here's our selection. Take whichever one you'd like."
Yeah. Oh, you know, Tony.
Yeah.
Now that you mention that, you know, I do a lot of charity work for the Mass General, and
Yes.
God love them, and I did it out of the goodness of my heart,
Yeah.
not looking for anything.
Yeah.
But raised a lot of money for them.
Oh,
And they
sure.
said, Lenny, we'd like to do something for you. I says, well, I don't need
Whatever-
anything. And they
whatever
said,
you want.
Well, I said, well, you know, sometimes late at night, my eyes are drooping, you know, and I had to read. And they go, oh, we can fix that in the office. Bing, bang, boom. I said, but we want to do something special. I go, well, you are the only hospital I know of that does penis transplants.
Oh,
I think I'd like a new penis. Right? Why not?
Why wouldn't you?
Right? Come on. I mean, so I'm over there, and they're looking at my eyes, and they said, would you like to go to the Cockatorium? I don't know what they call it, but there's a place where they have all these penises.
they have
a selection.
A selection.
Oh,
Yeah.
Of course, I went in.
It's like lobsters.
Yes,
At a restaurant.
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So I went in and I said, "Ooh, I want that red one on the wall." They said, "Mr. Clarke, that's a fire extinguisher." I said, "Okay," but I think I'm going to go with a big black one.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah. Because I saw the selection,
Right.
and ooh, that could be a moneymaker.
Yeah,
you know, because
sure.
if I had a giant penis,
Yeah.
I would not wear pants.
Why would you?
Right? And people say, "Lenny, you don't have pants." I go,
Right.
I forgot. You know,
Yeah,
with the stroke, I forget things. I'm sorry. How about
Hard
this?
to fit. Yeah, but look
right.
at the size of this
Yeah,
thing.
look
Yeah,
at that.
that'd be good.
I could get a job in Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah. I think we're about, I don't know, I'm going to say 6 or 8 years to being able to, you know, just interchange parts. You know what I
Ooh,
mean? Like
yes.
like snap-on tools.
Hey.
You know how you get a drill and you just snap, yeah. You know, you could have a dress penis.
Right.
You know, you could have one for the weekends.
Workout penis.
A workout penis,
Yeah.
so it doesn't get in the way when you're on the
Right.
on the Stairmaster or
Yeah,
whatever, or
yeah.
on a bike seat.
Oh.
Yeah, you know.
Oh
Which,
yeah.
which
You don't want to
could be a
get caught in a
problem.
chain because
No.
if you're packing a big. You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to get caught in a
Sure.
chain.
No, of course not.
Go ass over tea
Yes,
kettle.
yeah.
What happened?
It's no good.
No.
It's no good. We're here to help the problems of the world. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying.
So this cigar, Tony.
Yeah.
For those who want to know, it's a 5 times 54 ring.
Yeah, it's 5 inches by the gauge is 54 around. I like a big ring.
I do too.
Yeah, I like between like a 54 and a 60, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some that are 70, but it's just too much. A 70 ring is too much. But
Yeah.
this is a nice size. You
Yeah.
know, this
This is a perfect size.
Yeah. A Churchill is a little too thin for me.
Right? I don't like
It's
it.
like 48, I think.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit too thin. I like a 54 to
Yep.
60. I think
Right.
that's the perfect thing. Unless, like the firecracker we were smoking, the little one, then
Well,
I like the little one.
That's great when you're waiting for the wife in the car.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Well,
yeah. Or you know, some of them are known as dog walkers.
oh.
You know, it's like when you take the dog for a walk.
And then when the cigar's done, so's
you
the
sold
dog.
the dog.
Let's go. The dog knows.
We're
He looks,
done.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
done. Come on. Gotta go
Up
home.
at you. I've done my business. I gotta go.
You know, I think it's pretty incredible that a lot of people with dogs are very nice people.
Yeah.
And their dog, you know, shits in the street. They pick it up with the little bag.
gotta pick up after
You
your
have
dog,
to.
yeah.
You know? But now people are shitting in the street.
Yeah.
And they're not picking up after themselves.
no.
And the dogs are going, what the hell is this?
What?
This looks like human feces.
Right. Who's gonna pick this up?
Right.
And I'm getting my nose rubbed in it.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do to this guy? Yeah, I don't. You know, the whole you know, pooping dog thing. You know, I live in the city, and
Oh, yeah.
as do you,
Yeah.
and you know, it's like you got to tiptoe around. It's like a minefield.
Right.
You don't know where you can step or whatever.
Right. But not from the dogs.
Not from the dog. The
The
humans.
you know, the dogs, I find most of the dog owners are very, very nice,
Yeah.
very responsible, very respectable people. You know,
Yeah.
they scoop it up at the thing, you know. I mean, and I'm all for that, but the people.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was in Colombia, I was in Colombia, South America, and I'm driving to the set, and
What were you doing down there?
I was filming the movie. It was a movie called The Revenge of Sam Axe. It was.
Oh, it's based on a series. Right?
Yes. Oh, God. Burn Notice.
Burn Notice,
Okay.
yes.
So we're driving to the set, And I see these signs, these big round signs with a guy shitting on the street and an X in it. I go, what is that? He goes, oh, that's the no shitting zone. And I go, what? He goes, yeah, 2 blocks up the street. There's a guy shitting right there.
Shit right there.
Shitting right there. I go, well, thank God he wasn't back there.
Yeah,
what do they do to him? Spank him? or push him?
Tip him over.
He's taking
Tip him over while he's taking a dump.
Shit tipping, right? Like cow tipping. We're doing it with people.
That's all you do.
Oh, yeah.
And you can do it right from the car.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
drive by him, open the window, push
you're
him right over.
You're out of your zone.
Sure, of course.
My God.
Of course. Yeah. But now you travel. We've both traveled extensively, too. Best place you've ever been?
I really liked Barbados.
Yeah.
Until we started going to Aruba.
Aruba's fantastic.
Tony, one of my favorite. We could get on a plane right now and be there before dinner.
Oh, my God. I tell anybody who cares about this, if you ever don't see me for like 3 or 4 years and you go, whatever happened to that guy?
He's in Aruba.
He's in Aruba under a palapa, smoking a cigar,
right,
and not caring about a fucking thing.
Now, do you know, we've had many a good smoke under palapas down there. Sometimes we get out and really tan it up.
Oh, yeah. I've been with you where you look like a candle.
Oh, yeah.
You put like 1040 weight oil on you and then just
People died for this oil.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to use it.
Oh, yeah. I looked at you. You were so shiny one day.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like you had been cast in wax.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And I was putting more oil on it. It was just going into me.
Right.
I had a tan inside. I was inside, tan inside out.
Well, you're not tanning at that point. You're basically basing yourself and frying.
You're right. And with this global warming, twice the tan, half the time. Don't be afraid of it. Get a good.
Let's look at the positive sides of global warming.
Ugly people look better with a tan.
Sure,
right?
they look all leathered up.
All tanned up.
Last time I was in Aruba, and as you say, we have had many a fine cigar. On the beach there, and no one cares that much.
No one
bothers you.
Remember the couple I thought was going to bother us?
Yeah.
And I went over and I dusted off their feet?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And they said, wow, that's awful nice. I said, well, Jesus, wash feet. I clean the sand up.
What you need to know about my friend Lenny Clarke here is that when he goes to the beach, he brings a brush with him. That's a beach brush. And he will, when he comes out of the water, he lets the sand dry and then brushes off his feet so you don't get any sand on your chaise lounge.
And you're on the chaise lounge, completely sandless. Tip I picked up from Elvis.
Yeah.
You remember Elvis?
I do.
He'd be under the beach dancing, not a lick of sand on him.
He had a brush, but he had a brush person. He had a brush guy.
Well, I'm not that big.
Yeah. But also, Lenny is so magnanimous, he will walk up and down the beach offering to brush other people's feet.
Yeah, and I brushed this Venezuelan guy's wife's feet. Excuse me. I asked him.
You might have to marry her now.
Yeah, I asked him, so can I do your wife's feet? And he goes, I guess. So I do the feet. And she goes, oh, honey, this is fantastic. Look, there's no sand on my towel. And I see the guy the next day at dinner, or at lunch.
Yeah.
And he buys me lunch. And I said, hey, you didn't have to do that. He goes, it was so nice. I go, here's the brush. He goes, I could have the brush. I gave him the brush.
And it's exclusive beach brush. The last time, this is the point. Last time I was in Aruba, I was there, and I was smoking under the palapa. And this woman came over to me, and she, it's the first time it's ever happened to me. She says to me, she goes, has anyone ever busted your balls about smoking on the beach? And I go, not till right this very second. And then the husband just fell out laughing. He goes, that's the best answer I've ever heard.
God.
And she goes, no, because he wants to smoke one. I go, light up. I'll give you one.
Well, when we were down there with the pilots, they were lighting up
everywhere.
We can smoke, You can't smoke in California on the beach. I went out on the beach one morning, and I was smoking with Dennis. And we barely lit up, and four-wheelers came up, surrounded us, and said, there's no smoking on any part of California's seashore. And I said, really? I said, yeah. I said, well, I'm Mexican. He went, duh! And they walked away.
Loophole.
Yeah, loophole.
That's a loophole right there. Right.
Well, I was in
Now you mentioned Dennis Leary.
Yep.
And you've done many projects with him.
Oh,
old
yeah,
friend
and
of
you
ours.
too, yeah.
Old friend of ours. And most notably, it was Rescue Me.
Oh God, yeah.
Where you
yeah.
played Uncle Teddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
What was that
fun.
like?
It was great, and I got to murder a guy.
Yeah, that's
on
always
on
fun.
film.
I've off somebody on film too. That's fun.
Well, I'll tell you a story about that. When you work with him, you get picked up and taken to the set and everything. And so I was the first pickup of the day, and I said to the teams, I hopped up with him, was
Right.
sitting in the front. And we pick up these two guys, one minor actors, but
day players.
day players,
Yeah.
but short day players because they weren't that, anyway.
Yeah.
So they're talking about all the movies they've been in.
Yeah.
It must have been 3,000 movies.
I love that. I worked with this guy. I worked with this woman.
And I'm up front with so they get in the van and I go, how you doing, boys? They don't even say hi.
Yeah.
So now we pull over to get Charles Durning, perhaps one of the greatest actors of our
he's
lifetime.
terrific. Yeah.
One nice guy, too.
Yeah.
So I get out and I put down a stool and I help Charlie get up into the front seat. And they go, who's that? I go, it's one of the greatest actors you've ever seen in your life. That's Charles Durning. Oh. So then I get back, and I'm sitting way in the back now, just listening to them go on and on. And we pull up to the set, and we go, Lenny! And the kid goes, oh, Mr. Clarke, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize it was you. I said, don't worry about it, pal. I'm about to kill you in 2 hours anyway. Shot him dead.
Right.
And,
boom.
oh,
2 1/2.
That was the best acting I ever did, because I wasn't acting.
You wanted to kill him.
I did.
Yeah, I love stuff like that where people, give you the hi-hat until they think they know you or you're somebody.
Yeah.
Right. I had the pleasure of doing the Great American Comedy Festival a few years back. It's out in
Iowa?
Indiana.
Oh, Indiana, okay.
Johnny Carson's home.
Right.
Is it Indiana?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's Norfolk somewhere.
Right.
It's in the Midwest, which if you're from the East Coast or the West Coast, it's just one of the places in the middle.
That you fly over.
Yeah, the flyover country.
Right.
It all looks the same.
Yeah.
Like you drive for hours and you see, Subway, sub shops, and that's the town.
That's it.
That's all they got.
Yeah.
But I was doing this festival, and there was, a guy of some note, and I'm not going to out anybody, but he was, acting like he was, better than us the whole time. And by the end of the week, the whole thing became much like this. We'd be sitting around smoking a cigar after the show outside and, laughing, blah, blah, blah. And this guy'd be off on his own, pretending to be important or whatever. And then he sees us do sets. And we're the talk of the festival, a couple of us, older guys, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, day 4, he comes over and he goes, hey, is this chair taken? And I go, too fucking late, buddy. I go, that chair was open 4 days ago, too. Not now. Your ship has sailed, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
You got to move it along.
Yeah.
Hey, we're about halfway through, and according to our sheet of paper,
Yes.
we have to talk about the cigar again.
Okay, well,
And I don't...
No problem.
And I say have to, but I want to because I'm really enjoying the hell out of this cigar.
Tony, so am I.
Yeah.
I mean, I really love the flavor. I love the draw. It's just a good cigar.
Yeah,
and
for me who likes a heavy smoke, this is smooth, but it's got a lot of flavor.
Right.
And again, let me remind folks that we're smoking Garofalo Sun-Grown Robusto.
Yeah.
It's a 5x54 ring gauge, and it's made in the Perdomo factory. And Perdomo's a great house for cigars.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they know what they're doing in the cigar
And it's a
business.
Garofalo.
And it's a Garofalo made specifically for 2 guys.
Right.
And that's 2 guys, the number 2 guys smoke shop. Don't put 2 guys
smoking each other.
Yeah, no, that's a different website entirely.
Yeah.
I'm told if you put the TWO guys,
Right.
something's going to come up on your screen that you can't unsee.
Oh.
Yeah. And it makes me want to see it, but I don't know if I want to go down that alley at this point.
No.
But halfway through, I'm saying this is a great cigar.
Oh, fantastic.
You would not be unhappy smoking this
at
all.
And I, like you know, I'm a mild cigar smoker.
Yeah.
And this is, it's a step above what I normally.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
But it's smooth.
It's not overpowering.
Right.
Your first experience.
Yeah.
With Cuban cigars.
Yes.
Tell me.
Yeah. Well, Cubans were the standard for a while. I think and they had the lore about them because for 60 some odd years we couldn't get them.
Exactly.
And I believe that when the embargo started, in the 60s, that was every bit as true. That Cuban was the gold standard of cigars. But when Fidel Castro took over Cuba, everybody grabbed their seeds and went elsewhere.
Yes.
And in that 60 years, they have learned how to cultivate and make better cigars.
Absolutely.
So I think there are some Nicaraguans that now smoke every bit as good as a Cuban cigar.
Dominicans?
But it still has this mystique about it. Like when we go to Aruba or overseas and you can get a Cuban, people go, you can get a Cuban. I go, I don't necessarily need a Cuban.
Right.
I like what I like, and this is right up there with that, is what I'm saying.
Well, my first experience with Cuban cigars on my own, I was doing the show Lenny, and money was no object.
Oh yeah,
I flew into to Detroit to do a show, and I said to my wife, "We're right across the border from Canada. Let's go get some Cubans."
Cuba, sure.
So we drive over there, and a lot of cigar stores, and we sell Cubans, big signs, and they saw me coming. I went in and I bought maybe like a $500 box of Cuban cigars. And we smuggled them back into the country, of course. And I had them out at my house, and I had the writers over to the house, and they're all smoking. And they said, "Lenny, is this a Cuban cigar?" I go, "Yeah, why? It sucks." And I said, "You're right."
Yeah.
I go, "They saw me coming."
Yeah.
So I hated it.
Yeah.
I was very upset.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of bootlegs, too.
Yes. But
Cohiba, I think, is the most bootleg cigar there is on the planet. You know what I mean? Everybody comes back from somewhere with, "Hey, I got some Cuban Cohibas." I go, "No, you don't. No, it looks like a tree branch that's been wrapped with a yellow label."
Right.
I think they saw you coming.
Most expensive cigar you ever smoked?
We, one time at the Matt Light shootout, somebody bought me.
Which I heard you killed that.
I am a terrible shot. Usually with the gun, you've shot.
We're on the same team.
Yeah, we've shot together many times, and if
at the end, sometimes you're just going bang. You're not even looking. That bang.
People call it skeet shooting. I call it pointing a gun in the air and pulling the trigger.
Right.
And because that's basically what I did. And if I hit something, it was only because the bird, happened to fly in front of my my gun.
Oh, and sometimes you would be so upset.
Oh, I get so mad.
But this time,
I was lights out, man. I had to shoot.
You were the best on the team.
Yeah, I shot about 60 or 70%. We had one station. We had 4 reports, and I got all 4 birds.
Then you got the little.
I got the rabbit running across the ground. That's another thing. I'm not a big gun guy.
Yeah.
I don't mind guns.
I love guns.
Yeah, I know you do. But I like to shoot a gun. I mean, I've taken weapons training. I know how to, for various TV shows or whatever.
Right.
And I enjoy the process of shooting skeet.
Right.
But I'm not into the big gun culture. Right. But I have to say, if you ever get a chance to shoot skeet, you should.
Oh my God.
It's a lot of fun.
It's riding around in a golf cart blowing shit up.
Yeah.
And we do it for the kids.
For the kids. It's all for the kids.
Yeah. Now, expensive.
It's better than golf.
Oh, much better.
Because we get roped into freaking golf tournaments all the time, and then we play with these guys who are serious, and you just go, for the love of God.
Why couldn't we have the shotgun now?
Yeah, I just, someone tee off, I'd shoot the ball right out of the air.
No problem.
Yeah.
So tell me,
I'd get that one.
Your most expensive cigar.
Oh, so at one time at the Matt Light shootout, they have the rolling stogies.
Rolling stogies, yeah.
They bring a van in, a trailer with a humidor in it. And somebody, one of the PR people, bought me a $90 Opus X. Oh. And it was, I'm going to say it was 10 or 11 inches long and probably a 54 or 6 ring.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was massive. I mean, it felt a little uncomfortable in my mouth, but I believe that to be the most expensive cigar I've ever had.
Okay. Okay. Me, I'm doing Lenny.
Yeah.
And there was a guy who used to come. We'd shoot the show, one show, just straight through. And then we'd break for dinner. And then we'd shoot the other show where we'd do pickups and everything.
Right.
Put it all together. So there was a guy who used to come around with a briefcase. And he looked like kind of a shady character. And he was with all the producers.
Yeah.
And after a few weeks, I went out to be with them. And they were smoking cigars. He opened up this briefcase full of cigars.
Right.
So he says, Lenny, I have a cigar I'd like you to try. I said, okay. So he opens up a big fucking cigar, and I light it up, and I go, oh, very good. He goes, that cigar costs $1,100. I go, what? I'm not paying for this. He goes, no, it's a gift. It's a gift. Relax. It's the cigar.
$1,100.
A stick. Now, this was the cigar that Castro gave to the dignitaries that came to visit Cuba.
It was his cigar, like someone took it away from Castro?
No. These are the cigars that he had specially made for when they had dignitaries or ambassadors or anyone Castro really liked. They would smoke these cigars with Castro. So then when Castro quit smoking, well, the people who made these cigars, they left and they brought them with them. And a box costs like $20,000.
I'll bet.
And I'm saying, oh my, and I smoked it, and I got to tell you,
it was okay.
It was all right. I like this better. I actually like this Garofalo sun-grown Robusto as much as the $1,100 cigar.
There are a lot of things I think people get into pricing. I was out to dinner one night with my wife. It was our anniversary, so we went to a nice dinner.
Today my anniversary today.
Oh, happy anniversary.
I love you, honey.
Yeah. That's nice. How many years?
26 in a row.
Wow. That's some kind of a record for you, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah. The first one was just 8. The second one was a matter of weeks.
But we were out to dinner, and my wife ordered a $70 bowl of pasta. It was truffle, something. Truffles involved with this or that. It's your anniversary, so you don't say anything. But you go, fucking $70 bowl of pasta.
Yeah,
and at the end, I go, how was it? She goes, that's pretty good. I go, no. That's going to be the best pasta you ever had. Right. You should have had an orgasm having that pasta. That's, the ball's on people to do that.
We go out to dinner. I'm down in the Ritz-Carlton in South Beach, and it's fabulous.
Yeah.
So a guy there who doesn't work there anyway, he gave me a great deal on a room.
Yeah.
So I said, let me take you and your girlfriend out to dinner. Me and Mike, we take them out to dinner. And they said, and of course we have this delicious pasta with the truffles. And I says, bring it out.
Right.
Guy comes out with a scale. And he starts slicing.
Shaving. Yeah.
And putting it on a scale.
Yeah.
And throwing them in. I go, more. Mike goes, that's going to cost you.
Right.
It was like $300
right.
for all the I said, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I never do that again.
Yeah.
But it was,
It's one time I did an event in New York City at a place called Le Cirque.
Oh, yeah.
Which was one of the top restaurants.
Of course.
In the whole place.
World, yeah.
My buddy Todd English
was
getting Restaurateur of the Year award from Bon Appetit magazine, and he asked me to come down and give him the award.
And what'd you do?
And I made a shambles of the place.
Oh yeah.
And I start shitting on him because one of the things, one of the appetizers they offer is pig's feet and truffle. And I go, isn't it the pig who finds the truffle? Isn't it, they have special rooting pigs?
Yeah.
I go, that's a hell of a way to thank somebody for finding. Listen, you found a truffle. Can we have one of your feet? Good pig. Can we have one of your feet?
Did you try it?
Yeah, no.
Chef, have you ever tried the pig's feet? Good? No. Oh, there you go. We heard from the chef. Right, the words from the chef.
It's a big.
I don't even want it near me.
But this one particular time.
But I'll kill that duck, boy. I'll kill it.
Oh, duck. I'd not even shoot it. I'll fucking strangle a duck.
Oh, it's delicious.
I'd sneak up on it.
Yeah.
Smack her. Yeah. But I did one of the most unthinkable things you can do is at this
the restaurant. The bigwigs.
Big, huge restaurants. The Grateful Dead was there. Harold Ramis was there. Blah, blah, blah. It was all this thing. And I decided in the middle of this event I was going to have a pizza delivered to Le Cirque. And they go, oh, you got to clear that with Alphonse. And I go, well, who the hell's Alphonse? He goes, well, he's the maitre d'. He's the top guy.
Yeah.
And so, and this guy had a broomstick so far up his ass, it was sticking out of his mouth, And so I go, hey, Alphonse, I want to have a pizza delivered. And he goes, very good, sir. I go, yeah, maybe 3 or 4. He goes, very good, sir. And he goes, when would you like your pizzas delivered? I go, I don't know. It's going to be a timing thing. He goes, very good. Perhaps I'll wiggle my nose. So I arrange it with this guy to have Domino's come in and deliver pizzas to Le Cirque.
Hysterical.
So I walk away, I grease him, and I walk away, and he still hasn't broken character.
Right.
So I go, I'll be damned if I'm going to let this guy get the best of me. So I go back, I go, Alphonse, it's a gag. I know it's
Le Cirque,
and I know what this place is, and it's just going to be a funny gag about, it's the most expensive meal in the world, and I'm going to have a pizza delivered, blah, blah, blah. And I have a joke about it, and he goes, yes, sir, it's very funny. And he never broke. And we had the pizza delivered, and then I had the kid, I go to the kid who delivers the pizza, I go, do you know any jokes? He goes, I know, like, some jokes. I go up on stage and tell a couple of jokes, and I'll pass the hat for you. So I got all these people. I passed the hat to get them a tip.
Right.
Kid walked away with a $350 tip.
Oh, my God. Yeah, they're big.
Yeah.
And
this was the day before 9/11. It was September 10th.
Wow.
2001.
Oh, 2001,
Yeah. But that always stuck out in my mind for those 2 reasons.
Got a cigar story about 9/11. I'm sorry you didn't let me know before that because I was in town. We were filming, I don't know, The Job or something. And the towers went down. First one went down. Then I'm watching on TV. The other one goes down. I go, that's it. I'm going down there. I'm going to help out. So we go outside. There's no subways, no cabs, no buses, nothing. The town is stopped. So I go about 3 blocks, and I rent a mountain bike, right? And I'm about 370 pounds on
big
this
back
mountain bike. And I ride right down the Cross Bronx Expressway, all the way down.
Yeah.
And I pull up to where the cops have stopped you, and I go, hey, look, I'm here to help out. He goes, sir, you can't help out. I go, look, I'm a big guy. I can move shit. I can save lives. He goes, sir, it's a crime scene. And the guy next to me goes, that's what they told me too, kid. I looked up. It's Jimmy Gandolfini.
No.
He was there too. So we had a smoke. We had a smoke and watched. Crazy.
Yeah, I was in New York, for that too. And the last thing I said to my wife before cell service went out was, I'm going down to see if I can help.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what we do.
I was there. I
knew
we weren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
But in a typical New York fashion too, I decided, they called me up, they go, we assume you're staying longer. We're at the W Hotel, and I go, don't count on it. And I run down to see if I can rent a car. And there's a big, long line.
Oh.
And I think I got the last car in Manhattan, and I took it one way back to Boston. But there were people getting cars, and guys were going to drive to Ohio and drop someone off and then go to Texas. And, everyone just wanted to get out of town, out of Dodge. And so in New York, they go up and get your car in a high-rise parking lot or whatever, and you're waiting for it. And now there's all this mayhem. There's deathly silence because of what's going on. And my car's just coming down, and I'm waiting to get in, and then I hear a guy go, "Oh my God!" And everybody freezes because you don't know what's happening.
Right.
He goes, "Did you see the ass on that broad?" And I go, "America's going to be just fine."
Oh, God. Speaking of broads with beautiful asses, I'm shooting.
If we must,
I'm shooting Rescue Me, and in walks this girl who was a player for the week, one of the actors for the week, and she's gorgeous. I mean, beautiful face, beautiful hair, beautiful everything. And she comes up to me, she says, "Excuse me, is Dennis around?" I go, "No, but he will be." I said, "Are you on the show?" She goes, "Yes. We did a big scene last night." I said, "Oh, that's great." and she bent over to get something out of her bag.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at her ass. I said, "Oh my God!" And I turn around, 60 people, all crew members,
staring.
the rest, all staring at her. And I said,
Yeah.
"Excuse me." I said, "Are you an ass model?" And she said, "No, why?" I said, "Because you have an amazing ass, and I think you'd be a fantastic ass model." She says, "Really?" I turn around, and she turns around. All the guys are looking like, "Whoa!" So Dennis walks in. He goes,
Right.
"What are you doing?" I said, I met Sally here. She's terrific." He goes, "Come here. Let me ask you." I said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Dennis, she's got the most fabulous ass I've ever seen on a woman in my life." And he says, "Okay, well, when you're through Frankensteining your perfect chick, could we shoot this scene?"
Something you couldn't get away with now,
No.
by the way.
Oh, God, you can't get away with anything. You know, everyone's offended. I'm offended. Good God almighty. You know, we don't, there's not a malicious bone in our body.
None of us. Right.
I'm good.
No,
Yeah.
if anybody ever heard conversations we have in private, we would be put away. But I know your heart, and you know my heart.
Yes.
And we don't have an evil thought about anybody.
No.
We will say anything to anybody.
Correct.
But we don't care.
No.
Right.
And when we go out to dinner, the group of us, we take our phones,
and
turn them off,
yes,
and put them down.
Yeah, you don't want any.
It's like
you don't
a gun.
want any witnesses.
That goes off.
It's
It's horrible.
I right now I'm going to do something that I am a fan of. And a lot of people don't know about this, and we're going to teach, if people are still watching, we're going to teach them something right now. This is called degassing.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, you take a flame, and you blow out like through a straw.
Right.
And what I've been told is to get rid of all the impurities that might have come from the first half of the cigar, and then your next draw will be like you just lit it.
All right. I've seen you do it.
And I have to say I'm still a fan of it. Now just blow out like through a straw with the flame on it.
Perfect.
There you go. Yeah. Now let me see what you think. It's pretty good, right?
It's better than good.
Yeah.
It's great.
So if you're with us now, you just learned something.
Yeah.
You know. That's where I'd like to end the show, but we got 9 more minutes.
All right. Well, we can fill.
Yeah. Well, we got plenty to talk about. I'd talk to you all fucking day if I could.
Oh, I know. Our wives don't let us do that.
No. They grown men like us. My wife often says that. She goes, grown men don't usually have friends like you have. I go, good. I don't want them to have my friends. They couldn't handle my friends.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Because some of the people that we run with, we have them for our entertainment.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I often say this. We could, if I had to pay for the amount of entertainment I've given myself in my comedy career, I couldn't afford it.
Right.
It's just the most entertaining thing. Every day is some kind of new foolishness that we have to deal with, even at our advanced age.
People say, they ask us all the time, what's it feel like, when you crush a crowd and they're standing and cheering? I go, it's the second best feeling in the world. And of course, someone will go, what's the first? Tell your story.
I don't want to talk to you about it,
That was what a degassing.
Degassing, yeah. Yep, I'm a huge fan of that. I do it all the time. What's the most memorable show? You got Comic Home coming up.
Yep, that's on the 12th of November, I guess. My most memorable show, without a doubt, has to be Boston Strong, and I'll tell you why. They got all the biggest rock groups that ever came out of Boston.
Right.
Aerosmith, the Boston. A couple of terrific groups.
Yeah.
And they had Dane Cook.
Yeah.
Okay. And Sweeney and Steve Wright. And I wasn't asked to do it. And I was really hurt.
Yeah.
I said, Jesus.
Well, because when it comes to Boston comedy, it's you and then everybody else.
Well,
I mean, I have no problem saying that. There would be no Boston comedy if not for you.
Well, because I was out of my mind.
Yeah. And you still are.
Oh, yeah. And I don't consider myself funny. I'm insane.
Yeah.
Which is good, because I've managed to make a career out of it.
Of course.
So I call Steven Tyler in Japan, and I wake him up, right? And I go, hey, because I used to open for Aerosmith. So, hey, Steve, it's Lenny. What's up? He goes, you just woke me up, Lenny. I go, well, you don't need much sleep. You're older now. So he says, I didn't get asked to do the Boston Strong show. He goes, what? He goes, that's ridiculous. So he calls Don Law. Don Law calls me the next day. He says, Lenny, I am terribly sorry. It was an oversight on my part. Forgive me. Would you please consider doing it? I go, Don, I'm beyond thankful. I'll do whatever you want. I'll host. He goes, no. I think Dane's going to host this. I said, okay, all right. Well, I'll go and we'll do a set.
Right.
So I went, and the girl who was killed, I went out with her aunt. She was my girlfriend in high school. And I didn't realize that. And so I went to the family's house, and I did my set in their living room. And because it could have went either way.
Right.
And they said, Lenny, it's hysterical. Do it. And I wanted to have, check with them first. So I went out, and I got a standing O at the Boston Garden. It wasn't my show. But to have a standing O at the Boston Garden, I mean, that was one of the greatest thrills of my life.
Yeah.
So that was you.
Well, me, I just recently got to open for Bill Burr.
At Fenway Park.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
And to anyone still listening, again, I didn't lead Lenny that way to get to this story.
No.
I'm glad it's here. But I got to do Fenway Park in front of 35,000 people because of Bill Burr.
But you are technically the first comedian that ever performed at Fenway Park.
Yes, but it had nothing to do with me.
Doesn't matter.
I was just happy.
Doesn't matter.
But it was, people go, was it nerve-wracking? Is it this? And I go, leading up to it was. But when you get on stage, we do what we do.
Yeah.
And
I'm nervous every time.
Yeah, every time. If you're not, you shouldn't be doing what we do.
I couldn't agree more. I tell the young kids that. They go, you still nervous? I go, I'm nervous now.
Because you don't know, because every night is a crapshoot in our business.
Right.
You don't know who's in front of you. You don't
35,000 people. There's got to be one asshole.
But we ran into that asshole, if you remember correctly.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we were doing a golf tournament.
That's right.
And I don't crow about things and blah, blah, blah. And I was being very low-key about it. People had mentioned it. And you introduced me to some guy.
Yeah. I try to get him off my back.
Yeah. And you say to him, and this is the kind of thing that's the comedian's headset.
Yeah.
And you say to him, Tony just opened for
Bill Burr
at Fenway Park. And he looks at me, he goes, you were the opening act? And I go, yeah. He goes, so what are you, like a C-plus comedian with a lot of friends?
And I look at the guy and I look at you. Goodbye.
And
oh, my God.
And, my response is, it's better than being an A-plus fucking asshole. Though.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And I guess that kid is somewhat of a comedian. He wants to be a comedian.
That's
never going to happen.
That's a good way to get in.
It's never going to happen.
But that's one of those things that, you go, I don't know, maybe there's some truth to that. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
But that was another worldly experience. It was pretty good. So, all right.
And, you got another one when you opened for Jerry Lewis.
I did the Palladium in
London,
England. Yeah, I was on tour with my friend Bobcat Goldthwait, our friend, and Jerry Lewis was getting honored at this thing. It was a drug rehab thing called Turning Stone. And I wasn't even on the show. I wasn't supposed to be on the show. But I had been doing sets around London. And it was going pretty well. And there was all these, big comedians there. Paul Provenza and, all these guys. Emo Phillips and Jim Gaffigan was there and Goldthwait. And then a bunch of British comics, and it comes time to bring out Jerry Lewis, and the MC comes off with this back on stage with this sick look on his face, and he goes, I don't know how to tell you this, but Mr. Lewis has become unwell. He will not be performing. And then the guy just sort of shut down, And Goldthwait, in him being him, literally runs on stage, pushes him off, because the guy's like floundering on stage. And Goldthwait does a few minutes, and people are sort of laughing still. And he just looks out in the audience. I'm in row 2, and he goes, "Hey, Tony, you want to do a set?" And I go, "Yeah, why not?" Yeah. So I get up out of my seat. I walk backstage, and Goldthwait steps to the mic again. And he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen 2+ hours of amazing comedy. I can't think of a better way to close this show than with a guy you have no fucking idea who he is." He goes, "Please welcome my good friend Tony V." And I walk out on stage. Jerry Lewis's band is there. They play me on. I walk to the mic and I go, "Well, I already got a story to tell. You guys will let me know how it ends." And I got a huge round of applause. The set went great.
Yeah.
And I ended up closing the Palladium instead of Jerry Lewis.
And if I'm not mistaken,
We just did it right to an hour. Yeah, we got to rate the cigar now. That's our producer, Ed Sullivan.
Love Ed.
Who's a crack
Yeah.
producer. He's the best.
he used to have a big show on CBS, and things didn't work out for him.
Yeah.
But,
Once plate spinning
oh,
lost favor.
at Topo Chicho.
That show went to hell.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to rate the cigar. I got to say, I enjoyed the cigar, and I guess the rating system we are going to use is, would you not buy it again?
Oh, no.
Would you buy one more? Mm-hmm. Would you buy 5? Mm-hmm. Or would you buy a box? What are your thoughts?
I would buy 5 more right now.
Yeah. I got to say this. I'd go box.
Really?
Yeah, I'd smoke these on a regular basis.
Yeah. Well, because it's a step up.
Well, plus Dave Garofalo gave these to us.
Yeah. I love Dave.
Yeah, and they're a good cigar. I gotta say this.
Fine cigar.
They're a really good cigar. And again, it's the sun-grown Robusto. It's Garofalo. You can see that right there. They're made by United in the Perdomo, distributed by United Cigar, made in the Perdomo factory. And I gotta say, Dave, what do these go for? $10.
This is a $10 cigar.
Go.
I apologize. Box.
Yeah, 100%. I can't say enough good stuff about this cigar.
I thought this was gonna be like $40 a stick. I really did.
Yeah.
In Vegas, you get $200 a stick for these.
Oh yeah,
it's
easy,
unbelievable how they
easy,
screw you in
easy,
Vegas.
Easy. Yeah. So I
buy a box. I go to Vegas. I can buy a house.
You can. That's all you got to do. All right.
Fabulous.
That was great.
Tony, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lenny. And I want to thank Robert Kelly.
Love Kelly.
Who set this whole thing up, and this is on his and Ari Shaffir, who was his partner in all this. And hopefully you enjoyed it. If you're not, just keep your fucking mouth shut. No one wants to hear it.